House Republican Leader John Boehner out of Ohio is back with us today. And, sir, good morning to you and welcome back. I want to put that graph back up on the screen. Did you know about this? 11%? What in the world does that say about the job you guys are doing?
Well, listen, when you look at the policies that are coming out of this Congress and this administration, there's no surprise to me that the American people find that we're not doing the job they want us to do. And that's because my colleagues across the aisle aren't listening to the American people. I believe that Republicans, with our America Speaking Out effort, it's our effort to listen to the American people, and we're going to listen to them.
I want to get to this America Speaking Out idea in a moment here, but I want to share, the survey we saw about 2 days ago from Gallup. And this where people were asked who would they prefer in Congress come November, Democrats or Republicans. According to this poll, it's 49 for the Democrats and 43 for the Republicans. Now, what explains that if things are so bad on the other side of the aisle?
Well, listen, Republicans are digging ourselves out of a hole. We lost in 2006 and 2008 because our party had lost its way. But I think over the last 18 months, we've made it pretty clear that we've heard the American people. We're going to continue to stand on principle and offer better solutions. But we're making progress. And if you look at, there are a lot of polls out there. But when you look at the polls of likely voters for this year, Republicans and right of center independents, the intensity amongst them is over the top. They're going to show up and vote. And I think we have a real opportunity. In midterm elections,
sometimes you can be very right about that. It's the vigor of the party that in the poll, especially in the midterms. However, you talked about your principles. I know you've said that any sort of contract with America, as was the case in 1994, or any sort of document to tell you what the principles are, will not be released until September. But certainly you must have an idea about what you're going to push for and what your main concerns will be. And I just want to get an idea about what they will be.
Well, as we've listened to the American people over this last 18 months, I think it's pretty clear. People are concerned about jobs in the economy. They're concerned about the spending and debt that's going on here in Washington, D.C. They're concerned about the new health care bill that will wreck our health care system and bankrupt the country. I also think they're concerned about national security. But one issue that they really are concerned about is reforming the way Congress does its work. Today, I've unveiled at America Speaking Out my effort to say, read the bill. And that if we're lucky enough to be in the majority, and I'm lucky enough to be Speaker, I will not bring a bill to the floor that hasn't been posted online for at least 72 hours. The American people have a right to see what happens here. No more 2,000-3,000 page bills. This is the kind of nonsense that drives the American people crazy.
So do you think it's the transparency issue that will win elections in November? Or do you think it's jobs? And what's your idea to create jobs?
Well, what I would do to create jobs is why not pass these free trade agreements that have been sitting around here now for 18 months that'll help Americans go back to work and help us export more product overseas? Why don't we ensure that the tax rates that we have in effect today stay in effect? Let's make them permanent. Provide some certainty to employers in America.
What do you think?
How about we repeal the health care bill?
Okay, on the tax cut, what is the honest appraisal you give that of being reversed, of the Bush tax cuts not being repealed come the 1st of January?
The last thing that the American economy needs right now is for the federal government to raise everyone's taxes. And that's what this bill, that's what will happen if Congress does nothing. Everyone's tax rates will go up. We are in a weak economy. And raising taxes in a weak economy will make things worse. The American people are asking the question, where are the jobs? One way we can help create more jobs in America is to bring more certainty to American employers. And having certainty about tax rates would be a big step in the right direction.
Okay, there's a piece out today that says Republicans will focus more on policy and not personality. I don't know if that'll be the case. Certainly that's something that's debated, I'm certain, among your colleagues there in the House side. But you've mentioned this a couple times now about read the bill plea. How significant is that, and what is your idea on this bill?
Well, I just think that the American people expect that members of Congress and the public, they'd like to see what it is we're doing. That all the technology is available today to have all of this online. And so let's bring more transparency and accountability to how Congress works. Let's get rid of these 2,000-page bills that nobody can read and understand. And why don't we have more open debate on the floor of the United States House of Representatives? This is supposed to be the greatest deliberative body in the world, and yet we have very little debate. Members aren't legislators anymore. They're just members of Congress. There's a lot that we can do to reform the way we work.
We are 4 months away from the midterm election. John Boehner, thank you for your time today. Hope to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Martha.